Hello again, Peabody here. Although Christopher Columbus discovered many things, the one thing he didn't discover was Columbus, Ohio.
What did he discover, Mr. Peabody?
Just the North American continent, Sherman, and today you and I will help him do it. Set the Wayback Machine for 1492.
Yes, sir, Mr. Peabody.
And our target, Spain. The Wayback wasted little time transporting us to the court of Ferdinand and Isabella, and there before the throne stood Columbus pleading his case.
The world, she's no flat, she's around.
Ridiculous!
That's what you say. I say she's around.
He's crazy!
Oh, I don't know, Fred. Maybe he's right.
Sure, I'm right, lady. The world, she's around like an orange.
Like this orange?
Look at that, Mr. Peabody. A square orange.
And a square king, Sherman. I beg your pardon, your majesties, but Columbus is correct, you know. The world is round, and if you'll give us just 3 ships, we'll prove it. Thanks to Isabella, the king agreed, and the next morning we found 3 ships waiting for us in the harbor.
That's 3 nice-looking boats you got there. And at this time, I'd like to say bon voyage.
You sound as though you weren't coming along, Mr. Columbus.
That's right, I'm not.
You're joking.
No! You see, I'm not really gonna think the world she's around. I think she's oblong. Have a nice trip.
1 moment, please.
It's no use trying to stop me. Ain't nothing gonna get me on those boats.
And nothing would have, except that suddenly a gangplank from one of the vessels was lowered, and
What do we do now, Mr. Peabody?
we'll carry him aboard the flagship.
But-
No buts, my boy. Columbus must make this voyage. Someone else also made the voyage, a certain Gaspar Vallejo, who was Spain's most prosperous globe maker.
Of all the dirty tricks. Here I got 2 million square globes, and that guy Columbus, he's trying to prove that the world is around.
You got no worries, Senor Vallejo. We all know there is nothing on the other side of the ocean.
Oh, you ever hear of El Conovada? I spent a week there once. I guess the only thing to do is go with Columbus and see that he never gets it back.
And you say you're a navigator, Senor Vallejo?
Oh, si, senor.
Very well. You're hired. With Vallejo charting our course, the ships left the harbor and sailed out to sea. It wasn't long before Columbus came to and joined us on deck.
Well, I think I run down to the delicatessen and pick up some cheese.
You better not, Mr. Columbus.
What's the matter? Delicatessen is closed?
No, it's just that we're out at sea.
I don't believe you.
And so you see, sir, we had no alternative. Unless you discover the North American continent, it may not be discovered at all.
You sure the world she's around?
Positive.
And that the ocean she just don't fall off?
Take my word for it.
Then how do you explain it that?
It was hard to believe, but just ahead the ocean did appear to drop off into nothing.
I told you the world she's flat.
Wasting no time in explanations, I rammed the wheel and spun it wildly, causing the ship to do a complete turnabout. Fortunately, the wind was with us, and we were able to sail back in the direction from which we came.
We're going back to Spain, yes?
We're going back to Spain, no.
But, Mr. Peabody, how do you explain the ocean dropping off like that?
Because we weren't on the ocean, Sherman. That navigator of ours steered us straight into Africa, right down the Zambezi River. Those were the Victoria Falls we almost went over.
I'm gonna punch that navigator right in the nose.
Unfortunately, Senor Vallejo had another trick up his sleeve.
Stay in the back. If anyone makes a move, I'm gonna crash the ship on the shore.
He's got us, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, no, he hasn't. I dare you to run us onto the shore.
Oh, you do you?
Yes, I do.
But, Mr. Peabody.
I took one step forward, and Vallejo promptly spun the wheel, certain the boat would ram itself on the rocks. However, in so doing, one of the sails came about, and with Vallejo out of the way, the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Fe set a westerly course and, many months later, sighted the North American continent. Columbus had discovered America.
What do you know about that? The world is around.
He sure looks happy.
So happy that upon dropping anchor, the first thing he did was to dive over the side and go pearl diving.
Pearl diving, Mr. Peabody?
Why, yes, Sherman, that's how that famous phrase was born.
Which phrase is that?
Columbus, the gem of the ocean.